Hey everyone, welcome to BYJU'S Careerscope by BYJU'S XCEL Masterclass. Here on Careerscope, we talk to experts and from different fields and know about their careers. If you want to go for that career, what you need to do and learn right now. So today, our guest is from the field of sports, technology and management. He has worked with biggest name in this industry like BCCI, ISL, IPL, Nike Sports, Reliance Sports, ESPN, the list is long. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. G Srinivvasan, the CEO of Sporjo. Welcome, Srini. How are you?
Very well. Thank you for having me here.
The country is grappled with IPL fever. Everybody is watching the matches and speculating. कोई game खेल रहा है, कोई कुछ कर रहा है. Whenever we see these matches, we get to know that crores of people are watching these matches live. But I just think we never get to know what happens on the back end. पीछे क्या होता है हम कोई आइडिया नहीं है.
Takes a lot to run an IPL match. So if you're holding a match in a stadium of 30,000 capacity, you need about 3,000 to 4,000 people who are working behind the scenes to run that match. And if the match is happening in a place like Eden Gardens, then you would need about 8,000 to 9,000 people to run that match. It depends on the amount of preparation that's been done. So it takes anything between 3 to 4 days to set up a venue. Drills, drill after drill to ensure that the timing is perfect, because all these matches are live and every second of live is precious. So there are experts who work across multiple fields there and ensure that the match runs smoothly.
That's beautiful. I mean, when we see the live match, we only see cricketers, but people tend to forget these 8,000 to 9,000 of people who are working tirelessly to make this live possible. All right, now let's talk about how a student or what they can do right now, or what should they prepare so that if they want to take this field of sports, how can they go there?
I think one is the first one is you need to be passionate about sports, right? It's like a kid saying, I'm going to work in finance, but I'm not passionate about numbers. I don't like math.
I hate math.
Yeah. But that's not possible, right? So you have to be passionate about sports. And sports is a very human industry. It's a lot of people. It's interacting with a lot of people, right? So I think good interpersonal skills are very, very important, which sort of lay the foundation. Good communication skills. Building that foundation, having that knowledge of working in sports. For example, if you want to become a data analyst, right, you need to be good at math. If you want to become a physio, right, you need to ensure that you have enough knowledge about the human body. If you want to become a nutritionist, again, you have to love your food as well and be fit yourself also first. So I think it all starts very, very basic. So I think preparation is the key. Like in my case, I was always interested in sports. So I used to play all the sport. And then marrying your strengths and skills, that will sort of lead you to the appropriate profession in the field of sports. For example, if you want to work in operations, you need to have attention to detail. Yeah, because you cannot miss out anything, because the game is live. If you, like I said, if you want to become a data analyst, you need to be good with math.
This is one thing. A lot of kids have a tendency that if I'm not good at some sport, let's just leave it. तो ये field मेरे लिए बेकार है. But I think what you are saying, it really makes sense. It's okay. If you are not very good in some sport, but you are good in studies, you still can make it in the sports industry. You're welcome, right? Wow. All right. So what are some interesting experiences you have encountered while your whole span of 22 years?
I think I can write about 3-4 books on this. But I think so a lot of people ask me, what's the best part about working in sport? The best part about working in sport is when you walk into a stadium and the crowd roars. I don't think I have experienced it. I get goosebumps when the crowd roars, because it feels like you are part of something which has created this, right? For me, that's the biggest high that I can get when the crowd roars. I created an ad when I used to work with Nike, where it was kids playing cricket on top of a bus. For me, that was one of the best experiences in my life. The wrong guy gave the wrong prizes. It's happened to us. So again, while it may not be very evident, but I'm not going to tell you which match. But wrong guys giving wrong prizes. Floodlights going off lots of times, because floodlights take time to come on. And if the floodlight goes, then you lose a lot of seconds of valuable inventory, which is sold. You have these perimeter boards on the ground, which keep changing, right, with advertisers. They've got knocked out a lot of times, where I was standing with someone and said, "Oh, the LED boards look lovely." Immediately it went poof. So lots and lots of instances like this. But yeah, like I said, I can write a few books on this.
Oh, yes, we'll be looking forward to it. All right. Okay. So, can you give one main piece of advice for our students who want to join this field of sports? One main key advice.
Playing any sport professionally, right? Similarly, working in sports also requires the same level of dedication and preparation. For an athlete to perform well on the pitch, you need to practice. And they practice day in, day out for that little amount of time that they will perform in front of people. The amount of practice to game day would be about 99 to 1%, right? It's no different with working in sports. Preparation is the key. You can't anytime think that I know it all. So I think patience and preparation are the two most important things, because you need to I keep learning every day after 22 years, because the way things are evolving, the way things are evolving in technology, and the marriage of sports and technology makes you learn a new thing every day, enhance your personality, because you're not the same person that you were 5 years back, right? Things around you change, people change, and you get wiser. So I think you need to keep working on yourself, because you are your biggest asset, right? And most importantly, build your proficiency, which is what am I good at? Because you will always be good at that, right? And to be good at that, you need to do the previous things I told you. Prepare.
Patience, practice, dedication, hard work. Yes, that's amazing, Srini. I mean, it was so inspiring, and we saw a lot of insights from sports industry which we never get to see. All right, Srini. So next question is more student-centric. I mean, what can students do right now while they are in schools to prepare themselves to enter this sports industry?
If you are good with bio or have good knowledge about the human body, you could become a physio or a nutritionist. If you have attention to detail, you could start working in operations, and you love roughing it out. Some people really love roughing it out, and some are very, very creative types, right? If you are the creative type, you can get into creating content later, or work in marketing or communication in sports. So there are multiple pathways in which you can reach the destination by starting this early. Also, I guess one has to focus on their skills and strengths. Not everybody is cut out for everything. I mean, you can't put an operations guy to be a data analyst and vice versa, right? There are some things that come inherently to you, come naturally to you. So you need to focus on those skills and slowly continue to keep building them up and till you enter the sports industry. Also, I guess what people usually aspire is, because while I love cricket myself, the whole world does. I mean, all of India is not only about cricket. There are a lot of non-cricket sports as well. Football, of course. There's football, there's hockey, there's athletics, weightlifting, boxing, handball, table tennis, just name it. And there are, and the ecosystem is being sort of made to give place to non-cricket sports as well. While cricket is about 70% of the overall viewership and following, the non-cricket sports also account for 30%. So I think that's also pretty important. We've seen the rise of Kabaddi. We've seen the ISL do so well. So a whole lot of jobs in sports are in non-cricket sports actually.
Whoa. I mean, I liked it. So students, if, as Srini said, if you are good in speaking, you can go for being a commentator. If you're good in maths, you can go for data analyst. So there are a whole lot of fields, and it's not just like you need to be good only in the sport. If you have a good knowledge about the sport, you can do well. Harsha Bhogle is an example, right?
Also, I guess with the example that you were giving about data and analytics, I think it's sport agnostic. If you're a good analyst, you're a good analyst. You could be interested in multiple sports, right? For example, if you like contact sports, within that there is boxing, there is UFC. there are multiple contact sports for someone interested in data analytics in that itself, right? So again, one should not just confine oneself to just one sport. And as students, I think it's important to follow or engage with at least 3-4 different types of sports, because an analyst will always be an analyst, but you can't say I want to be an analyst only. Later on you might get specialization and work only in football, but it's important to sort of appreciate and understand multiple sports as well.
Wow, brilliant. It was amazing. Thank you for sharing all these knowledges with you, incidents with you, and it was absolutely wonderful to have you. And kids, I hope you liked it. Please click on the link below to download the Sports Industry Career Capsule. Go ahead.